Crypto Space is back with another Monad update for you guys. Monad right now sitting just under 24 cent, 250 million market cap, 105 million 24-hour trade volume, down 5.6%. Now this is the thing, right? Like I said in my previous videos, anything under 2.5 cent to accumulate in DCA Monad is a smart bet to make. I think a goal that is realistic for the average retail investor, right, is 50,000 to 100,000 Monad. I think that's okay. That's not gonna break your bank. That's not gonna put you in debt. You're not gonna feel ruined if something goes wrong. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed in crypto. I'm bullish on Monad. I'm bullish on the ecosystem. I've showed you guys Monad memes. When Monad was climbing up to 3 cent, all the memes that I shared went 2 to 3x. I've de-risked on all of them, right? So now I left in the moon bag, and if the moon bags on the Monad memes go to Valhalla, they go to Valhalla, right? And obviously I take more profits on the way up, right? That was in that little time frame, in that December to January window, right? December last year to January window, because I got exposure to the ecosystem and shared that videos with y'all. You could go back in time, right? We talked about Shrimp, we talked about Monad, we talked about Moncock, we talked about Unit, we talked about Onago. A majority of them went 2 to 3x, right? And what did I say? I'm gonna be strategic as possible. I said, when these things climb up, these are Monad memes I'm talking about. Let me just go to deck screener real quick and show you guys. And because the ecosystem right now is pretty undervalued, I'm not gonna do specific videos of the Monad memes anymore, but the ecosystem is pretty undervalued. Chog, for example, right? The Monad memes right now are on a big dip, and now because I took my initials, right, with a little bit of profit there, I could buy back in on these dips, right? I could buy back in if I want to, but I'm just gonna leave in the moon bag, right? Taking initials means, like, if you get a 2 to 3x, you take out what you put in with a little bit, just a little bit of profit on the top, so you don't just leave with what you put in. You have a little bit of gain as well, right? So Chog 1.8 mil, Moncock 300k, Shrimp 100k, Unit 59k, right back down to when I first talked about it. It's crazy. I talked about it at 50k. Right? And what else, man? Where's Monad at? Here we go. Monad 400k. I talked about it at 300k, almost back to where I talked about it. And I took profits, took some profits left in the moon bag at around 800k, right? When I, first talked about it at 300k. So things change fast in the space, right? This is why you have to be strategic, right? Be as strategic as possible. We have to win. We have to approach it as, I'm not just buying a coin and that's it. I'm buying a coin and I'm also competing against someone else, right? Because someone else is on the end of the screen, on the other side of the screen, who's gonna be competing and being way better than your decisions that you make. So you have to be ahead of that person, right? You have to outthink and outtrade that person, outinvest that person. You have to consider yourself as the Warren Buffett. You're not just a guy that is trading here. You have to consider yourself as the Warren Buffett of the space and be the best of the best, right? And be as smart and strategic as possible, right? And that's how I see, Monad. That's how I see all the coins I mentioned on the channel. That's how I see, the ecosystem of these coins. I'm gonna be as smart and strategic as possible, because if I, took way more profits, was way more strategic, and had much more of a plan going into last year, 2025, before the tariff downturn hit, I would have made way more money, right? From 2024 to now, I would have made way more money. So, just do your best, pretty much, right? So what do I say about DCA? Right here from Alex, buying Mon at the prices with Mace AG, right? So as you can see, dollar cost averaging into Mon here. Why? Because it's at a good discounted price. Oh, it's at a discounted price, I'm gonna buy more. I didn't get my goal. If you already have your goal, you could just relax. You don't have to overthink anymore. You already got your goal, you can relax. If you haven't, well, now it's easier to do so, because you're not buying at 3 cent, you're buying at 3 cent. Perfect, right? DCA is key, right? So right here we have a chart. I shared this chart similar. The structure is still intact. As you can see, the move up, maybe we retest back down to the 2 flat or the 2 cent low, like someone mentioned, and then we make a move up to 4 cent, go and retest the all-time high and maybe break out, right? And like I said, Oh my gosh, why would you put why would they put why would they put a lady right there with the Mon ticker? I just searched the Mon ticker. Oh my gosh, man. I'm not gonna cut the video, y'all. That was y'all, maybe that sparks something in y'all brain to purchase more Mon so you could get hot women as well. I don't know. Jeez Louise, man. Target for Mon $1. Target for Mon $1, right? And again, I think that's very possible. Even if you're conservative, 30 to 50 cents for Mon, you have 100,000 Mon, 30 to 50 cents, you're conservative, 20 cents for Mon, which is very realistic, a 10x from here. 20 cents for Mon, you have 100,000 Mon, that's gonna be $2,300 to 20K. 2,300 bucks to 50K, right? And I think that is great. That is, you know why? Because now you have 20 to 50K. Take your moon bag out of Mon. Maybe you see 20 to 30 cents. Now you got 20 to 30K. Maybe you take out 10 to 15K, and then you leave the rest in. Maybe you take out 10 to 20K, and then you leave the rest in, right? Or a few $1,000s as a moon bag, right? And then you have, all of a sudden, now you got 10 to 15K to reinvest into the market. You think 20K in this market is anything to scoff at? Like, honestly, you could rotate those profits into something like, I don't know, maybe Dogecoin goes to, lower than 10 cents. Then you buy 200,000 Dogecoin, and then Dogecoin eventually goes to $2 to $3, right? Now your 20,000 becomes 200K to 400K, right? From 2,300 invested. You have to be strategic. You have to think. You have to, invest as wisely as possible, right? And don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just do the things that the top content creators tell you guys, right? They always say, oh, DCA. They always say take profits, right? They always say, oh, diversification is key. They always say these things. Just do what is being said all this time, and then all of us will be much more successful in this space, right? So Mona looking great right here. I still can't get over that. I typed in the Mon ticker and somebody shilling Mon with a hot chick. I guess that brings in the guys. So as always, none of this is financial advice. Like and subscribe, share the videos. Really appreciate all the support, and I catch